The following podcast has been brought to you by Banter Club.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Ram Winning Show probably brings to you as I, one half of the longest reigning tag team champions of the world, the Angel of Death 6XL. Joining me as always
is I, your other half of the longest reigning Ramblemania tag team champions of all the times, TJ the Great TJ the Great. Of course, we are the Banter Club. We are here to discuss that AEW Dynamite on the Hose Network.
I've got hoes.
We got the Hose. They in the area codes. They celebrating because the Hose got a new champion. But we'll talk about her a little later. Before we talk about her and everything going on Dynamite, we of course talk about the news bits in and out and about the world of professional wrestling. Mm-hmm. And, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that going on. Let's start with talking Fight Forever.
Yay, we want this. We all want this. We're all getting it.
We want this. We live in this. Double or Nothing weekend, they did a event out in Vegas where they invited over, you know, content creators, YouTubers, things of the like to get their hands on a early build of the game. Oh, well, I guess it's not an early build. The game's almost out, but
you know, it's not early no more.
Yeah, it's a late build of the game, but it's not the final build, is my point. So a whole lot of those guys out there, you can check their channels. They got a bunch of different matches and content on there. And even since then, there's been different things rolled out from wrestlers who have gotten to play. Because wrestlers have also gotten to play, like Ricky Starks, Sammy Guevara, Ty Conti.
Evil Uno. Orange Cassidy.
Yeah. Ty Conti actually, she pulled the tweet and delete with, she was playing an exploding barbed wire death match with Sammy.
Insane.
And showed that off. But then she deleted it. But obviously, once it's on the internet, it's on the internet. So I guess she wasn't supposed to show that yet. But it just in case you were wondering, the exploding barbed wire death match is in, and apparently you can do it intergender.
Intergender, yeah, that's what I think it was. They didn't want you to know it's intergender.
Yeah, because in that match they did. Sammy and Ty played as themselves, so it was Sammy versus Ty. Ty won, but lots of cool stuff coming out of Fight Forever. Lots of cool information rolled out, including. There was a showing of Owen Hart's model.
Ooh.
His entrance and everything going on in the game, which that's very cool because I believe this is the first game that Owen Hart has been a part of since Legends of Wrestling 2, I think.
Can Britt stop being upset?
I mean...
And give AEW their flowers for giving his brother his flowers?
Yeah, I mean... Again, yeah, like if that another reason that it's a great thing that AEW exists as a major company is because we weren't going to get this in a WWE game.
Never.
Martha will never allow it because she feels like they killed her husband. So she will never allow it.
Not just that. She feels like the way they went about it was horrible as well.
Yeah, which, I mean, can you blame her? Her husband died and then they just went on and did the show.
Yeah.
So you can't blame her for that. But be that as it may, you know, Owen is in Fight Forever. They showed off. You can use him in career mode, Road to the Elite. And again, I think that's very cool that we once again have Owen Hart in a wrestling video game. We haven't had him since, again, Legends of Wrestling 2. So again, Fight Forever, June 29th is the release date. Yep. It's looking like after all the speculation and all the, oh my God, it's taking forever. Now can we say that, you know, a long game development cycle is good for a video game?
Yes, I've been saying this forever. We were saying this yesterday.
We have been saying this, but yeah.
I was like, yo, dog, I don't mind if you just give us DLC for like a good year.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, if it was WWE, I mean, I understand that, again, it's the way that they have these deals with these companies, understandable. You know, they can't really do anything about that. But I would skip a year or two.
Yeah.
And then just give it DLC.
They did skip a year at WWE. There was no 2K21.
It worked. Yeah. Why don't they just keep doing that? Yeah. I don't understand why they could keep oh, we need another one next year. We need another. Nah, man, just let it rock. I would be okay with a wrestling game every 2 years or every 3 years.
Yeah, like even if you have to do that where you gotta constantly release one, maybe rework the deal so that it's every 2 years instead of every year, so that you get a longer dev time and you don't have to come up with this crazy crunch, close to release date.
Yep. And you don't have to worry about rosters as much.
Yeah, because that's always the thing, especially with WWE. Like, the game comes out and goddamn it, the roster's outdated. But you won't have to worry about that if you just add little things here and there throughout the game cycle that, you know, and you allow the fans, if anything, to update the characters.
And then you can keep, like, literally, when they come out with all these DLC packs, they can keep doing that forever. You feel me? Like, just keep doing that. Like, you come up with DLC arenas and DLC characters and DLC.
And Fight Forever already has a DLC rollout planned with, they have Matt Hardy and Broken Matt Hardy as part of, like, the first one. Then they have FTR. They have a bunch of different guys on the roster. And there probably will be more as they come along because AEW has a big, ever-expanding roster. And they also work with other companies. So
I hope the next game isn't Fight Forever 2. I hope they give it a different name. I hope that every time they make a game, it's a different name. Because that brings me back to the old school vibes. You know what I'm saying? Where back in the day, it wasn't just here's fucking WWE fucking WrestleMania 2000 fucking, and then 2001, and then, well, not 2001. It would have been fucking X7 and 18 and yada yada. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they kind of did do that a little bit, but they didn't always do that. They didn't keep it going like that. They would switch it eventually. All right, let's do this now, or let's do this now. And same with like WCW back in the day. It was like World Tour, then Revenge, and all these other versions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking Backstage Assault was ass. And then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's how it was before. It was like No Mercy, WrestleMania, fucking Attitude, Warzone. You know?
And that was the thing that also made like that a golden time for wrestling video games, because like you could, if there was a game that you had that you didn't like, you could go like, say you didn't like Attitude, you could play World Tour, or you could play Revenge, or even the ECW game that had eventually came out. Like there were different varieties and different types of games.
I have it.
Like that, I like that now with Fight Forever coming out. You have your WWE 2K if you want to do sim style pro wrestling with that, or you have Fight Forever if you want that No Mercy arcadey style. And then they have these other like indie wrestling games that are coming out that are also going to fill different itches that the
M.
wrestling
Dickey
fan may
games
have.
are fucking great.
Yeah, the M. Dickey games, if you just want to like go crazy in the world of pro wrestling, and actually a pretty robust career mode when you think about it. But like if you want to do that, you have the M. Dickey games. So you have Fire Pro if you want like real fucking, like if you want to create a wrestler that is just like the wrestler in real life, I think Fire Pro is probably the best for movesets and things like that.
Yeah.
So I like that we are coming back to an era where there are many different types of wrestling games to fulfill many different types of fan wants.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm a creation guy, so like if you give me a creation suite that I can have fun with, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I also like easy gameplay. I don't like crazy ass fucking gameplay. So like you said they simplified 2K23. I haven't played it yet, but I'll check that out eventually and see how that is. But I feel like just by looking at Fight Forever, I'm like, oh, this looks hella simple and very fun.
And that's one of the things that has been their selling point for Fight Forever. One of the selling points that, this game is very easy to pick up and play. But yeah, Ring of Honor, they have announced their next pay-per-view event. It is Death Before Dishonor. It will be July 21st in Trenton, New Jersey at the Cure Insurance Arena. That's over there. Might have to fuck around and see what's going on. But yeah. Of course, they dropped a promotional image, which of course has all the champions on it. But so you can assume they'll be on it. So you'll have a Claudio match, Athena match, a Lucha Bros match, fucking Cage and the Gates of Agony, and a Shibata match.
Man, after last night, I want to wrestle Shibata all day. They better be able to fucking put him in the fucking game somehow. At least
Oh man, I would love Shibata in the game.
Bruh.
yeah, get to work on that. But yeah, tickets going on sale Friday, June 9th. So if you want to go to Death Before Dishonor, be ready. Let's talk them double or nothing pay-per-view buys.
Yes, sir.
Dave Meltzer has reported that the estimated landing point for buys for AEW's Double or Nothing is going to be between 130 and 150,000, which is about where they've been.
Yeah, but that's good.
Yeah, that's definitely good. Yeah. Maybe the rumors also helped a little bit.
Yeah,
with Collision and everything coming up. But regardless, 130 to 150,000 is again where they have been at. They've never been under 100,000. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
and I think their top is 210, which I think was All Out 2021. Which of course is the first CM Punk show, him and Darby and all that stuff.
That's gonna happen again. We're gonna get those numbers again.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep working and get this roster hot, then it's possible. But
yeah, I mean, look, everybody filling back up. All those people that didn't want to come to work, they all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, work, all right."
Yeah, everybody wants to show up to work now. So, and now let's talk about the rating for AEW Dynamite. They averaged 923,000 viewers on TBS, up 10% from last week. Best audience for the show since March 22nd. Which there was no major sports competition on Wednesday night. So that's a big part of that.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. 18 to 49. They drew a 2-9, which is down 9% from last week. We don't know what the ranking is. We don't know where it ranks because Showbuzz, who comes out with the rankings, they're having a delay with their ratings information. So we don't have the full rankings yet. But we know they did a 2-9, which is around where they've been.
That money is that goddamn Memorial Day vacation that everybody took.
Probably, yeah. If I had to guess, it's probably like, I don't know if Vanderpump... I think Vanderpump Rules is over. So maybe it is like number 1 or number 2 again.
This is all I have to say, bro. I went on Peacock, and as I went on Peacock, the first thing I see is Vanderpump Rules. First page, first thing, boom. The moment you click on your little icon and you basically log in, boom, there it is. Vanderpump Rules. I'm like, God damn, they're really pushing this shit.
That's how you know this shit is booming. I don't know who is watching this shit, man. A lot of y'all apparently, but what's going on?
Nobody watching that shit. Like, all right, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Vanderpump Rules, I guess. But
fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. I ain't a hater.
Yeah.
But yeah, are we good to get to the Dynamite? I think it's about that time.
Oh shit! See, you talking about if I'm ready. My question is, are you ready?
Good question because I do believe I am ready.
I said, are you ready?
You're right. I am ready.
Then, for the thousands in attendance. And the millions watching at home.
That would be you.
And for one, Don Callis was a little delusional.
That son of a bitch. That bastard. We're going to talk about that
Even
bastard.
Takeshita looked at him like, you what, mate?
Oh, nah. You wallet.
Let's get ready to banter.
AEW Dynamite from San Diego, California. We open up with trios action. The Blackpool Combat Club, John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta versus the Lucha Bros and Bandido.
Oh, yes.
So can you tell me about Bandido's fit?
Oh, El Chapulín Colorado?
Yes. Because a lot of people were confused about Bandido's fit.
Okay. So there's like a real old school, like Mexican, Spanish kind of like, it was like a sitcom kind of, but not really. It was like the in between of a sitcom and a novela. Like, it was kind of funny. And it had this protagonist who was like this, like, red fucking jumping bean superhero. You ever seen Bumblebee from, from, what do you call it? From, Simpsons?
Yeah.
The Bumblebee guy?
Yeah.
Think that guy. So it was a popular show growing up when I was a kid, and you know, a lot of kids used to watch it, and it was kind of silly, and it had these little background like kids who lived in the neighborhood, and because it was tied to this other show called the Chespiritos, and you know, it was just a lot of madness. Just so I find it hilarious. Everybody was fucking cracking up because they're like, "Yo, they really did that." Because again, it's really old and just very niche and very Mexican. Well, not just Mexican, very Latino. Because there's a lot of like Spanish speaking countries, you know, that got this show, and like even here in America, we got it because you know they had it on Spanish channels and shit.
Yeah, like, you know, some of the crowd was popping too. Like some of them knew it. So and, and you know, San Diego, so you know, it's a lot of Spanish people.
It's just like a little fucking superhero kind of guy.
Yeah,
I'll show you a picture. Actually, I'll send you a picture, and then you'll be able to understand.
Even when I was looking it up, if that's what it said. It was like he's like a Mexican like comedy superhero kind of guy.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah. So I mean, that's who Bandido's dressed up as. Bryan Danielson is like, you shouldn't be fighting the BCC dressed as a bug. But
like I said, he's like the Bumblebee guy.
Yeah. Of course, Bryan Danielson on commentary. Very happy after the BCC won Anarchy in the arena at Double or Nothing. The Luchadors send the boys outside immediately, go for dives, but the BCC cut them off, and we start brawling outside before we officially start with Yuta and Bandido. Bandido lifts Yuta for a vertical suplex. Oh, I see it. Yeah. That's definitely if you know, you know, and you definitely pop for it if you knew.
This is how old it is. The final episode was aired September 1979.
Oh, wow.
And they just ran fucking reruns forever.
Yeah. That's like fucking the Hanna-Barbera cartoons where
basically
most of them are like 70s and 80s shit, but we grew up on them in the 90s because they just kept repeating them all day.
Yep, that's basically what they did with this, and it was for the kids. They showed it in the early mornings and afternoons and shit, you know, or after the news or in between the news and things of that nature.
Bandido lifts Yuta for a vertical suplex, and Mox and Claudio try to save him, but then the Lucha Bros cut them off as Bandido holds Yuta up for 70 whole seconds.
Yep, he's a strong motherfucker.
10 seconds.
Strong motherfucker,
yeah, he's incredible, man. He's incredible. But then the BCC break it up. They start working on Bandido as we go to break. We come back. Bandido fights Mox off with the Tornillo. He makes the tag to Phoenix, who runs wild. Then Penta comes in. Claudio monkey flips this man, but he ends up on Mox and hits him with the DDT. And then Claudio comes around like, hey, and he lays him out with a lariat.
Yeah.
Bandido comes back in. He and Yuta start trading. They start throwing hands. Double dive from the Lucha Bros. Then Bandido hits the frog splash for a near fall. And then he goes for the 21-plex, but Mox saves Yuta. Yuta locks in the hammer and anvil elbows. Then he goes right into the seatbelt pin for the 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, Jesus. My bad.
Oh, my God. But yeah, back-to-back pinfalls over Kenny Omega, and now Bandido. Wheeler Yuta is up right now. Bryan Danielson is like, that's right. This man Wheeler Yuta's on fire. I'm going to go raise his hand.
Yeah, because he beat Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
He can say that. He can say that.
And the whole match, Bryan Danielson is just putting over Yuta and how much he's improved and how much he's learned. Like, you know, even last week, you saw how I had to slap him last week because of a lackadaisical cover. You don't see him doing lackadaisical covers this week. He gets better every time because he's with us. And you see it bearing fruit.
Yep.
So good work for the BCC. They're looking great right now. And then we go to Marvez with the Elite. So Matt Jackson says, you know, I once told Hangman that he brings out the good in us. And after Sunday, it's clear that the BCC brings out the worst in us. You know, I never thought that I would I would end up having to explode another man's face with a sneaker. But there you go, I did it.
That's some Kobe Bryant shit.
Facts.
Remember when Kobe Bryant was, I forgot what sneakers he was wearing, but I think it was, damn, I don't remember, but it was either Kobe or Shaq that they were playing a game and the fucking shoe entirely just exploded.
Yeah.
And then they were out for a bit.
That's happened to a few guys. Yeah. Well, not like full-on explosion, but the shoe just fucking, you know.
The whole side, their foot basically hanging out the side of the fucking shoe.
Yeah. Shit, even happened to Jordan once. We go to Nick.
Exploding shoes, yeah.
Yeah, exploding shoes. But then Nick says, there's not one setback that's going to bring us down. Like Hangman said, we are the heart, we are the soul of this place, and no matter how many times you knock us down, we will continue to get back up. And you see Matt try to get up as Nick says this, but then he has to sit back down. He's like, nah, my foot fucked up, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The Dark Order pulls up. Now they're being the jealous exes that the Elite were once being.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, yeah, hey, Hangman, how you doing? You with your new buddies? And, oh, Matt, are your foot fucked up? Damn, that's disappointing. And then Hangman's going to go talk to them. But before he does, Marvez is like, hey, we heard that Kenny Omega he's not in the country right now. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? And Hangman says, yeah, Kenny, he has gone to, we know the BCC likes to have their numbers advantage. So Kenny right now, let's just say he's over helping to fix that for us.
What I remember he said also was he's not in Canada.
Yeah.
So, not in Canada.
So the implication is that Kenny is in Japan.
Yes. He's getting the boys, a.k.a. Okada and, what do you call it, Kota Ibushi.
Yes.
I find it crazy that everybody's just leaving the fucking Dark Order high and dry. Like, it's just blowing my mind. Like, fucking first Hangman dubbed him, and then if anybody watches Ring of Honor, fucking Stu Grayson left him like a week or two ago. They were having an argument with, what's Vince's crew's names?
The Righteous.
The Righteous, yeah. So they were having a conversation with the Righteous, whatever. And Stu was like, yo, you don't speak for me, B. And then he's been against them ever since. And I'm like, yo, Dark Order, you losing numbers, man.
You're falling apart.
Yep. It's kind of weird because they were the stable. If you want to talk about the pillars, this was the pillar stable.
Facts.
And since, man, look what happened. Nobody could ever replace Brody. But we need another Brody in that team.
Yeah, someone to rally them back together.
Mm-hmm.
But now we got Tony in the ring. He brings out Bullet Club Gold, Jay White, and Juice Robinson. Our boys are getting some live mic time. They fucking buddy up with Tony. They both put their arms around him, and then they keep taking the mic from him.
Tony looks so uncomfortable.
Right? Tony's like, all right. And then it's so funny that they keep taking the mic from him and then passing it to each other. Like, I'll take that, Tony.
And Tony's like, fuck it. Not for nothing, that's what it kind of feels like to work at a smoke shop. You just kind of gotta run with these guys. Mm-hmm. And then eventually they'll just leave. You're just there like, please leave. I don't want to have to fucking cross the line.
So Jay is like, I'm sure Ricky Starks is very happy about how he eliminated us from the Battle Royal. But you got to remember, you didn't win that Battle Royal. And then that brings them to FTR. They want to know, like, why did you guys save Ricky Starks? Because we know Ricky Starks ain't got no friends.
Ooh.
So what? Like, we know you guys are good old Southern boys. And we know that means you're dumb. You sound dumb, you look dumb, you even talk dumb. But
that was fucked up.
It was. But I didn't think you guys were actually dumb enough to interfere in Bang Bang Gang's business. And that brings out FTR. They come down.
Bang Bang Gang?
Yeah, Bang Bang Gang. FTR ain't trying to hear none of that from Bang Bang Gang. I love that FTR get in the ring and then fucking these two are using Tony as a human shield now. Like, hey, hold on.
And Tony's like, what the fuck? Why? Tony's so confused, I'm telling you.
Yeah. So like, hey, we know why you guys are out here. Clearly, you guys want to join Bullet Club Gold, right? But if you want to join the gang, all you got to do is ask. And just make sure you ask nicely. So Jay walks up to them, gives them the mic. They finally let Tony go at this point.
Yeah.
And he drops the mic in front of Dax. Yeah. Dax is like, I'm not going to stand for that disrespect. And he steps forward. But then Juice, he hauls off and drops this man Dax roll of quarters in the left hand.
Yep. And it explodes everywhere.
You know how old school that is?
That's her shit.
Out with a roll of quarters?
That's her shit.
Facts. That's an old school one.
Yeah.
This man had to go to the bank and get quarters to do that.
Or he has a friend who works retail.
Maybe you do. Maybe you do.
Yo, I need change for the shop. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a throwback right there. So they beat down FTR.
That's almost as old as what Santana and Ortiz used to use, the fucking the sock.
Yeah, the sock, the
lotus sock. Yeah.
That's some old school shit.
Both of them shit's old school as hell.
Yeah. Facts. So shout out to that.
Yeah.
So then they're beating down FTR, but Ricky Starks runs them off with a steel chair. Then he grabs the mic, tells Jay White, "Hey, you leave your boy Juice at home so that you and I can finish this shit next week on Dynamite, you punk ass bitch." Juice is flabbergasted by this statement. Yeah. He's like, "What? You can't call him that."
I love it. Well, no, I hate Juice. Fuck him.
No. You like Juice You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? You like Juice Robinson, don't you, Six? But remember when I said, if they get promo time and it's great, I'm going to be like, why didn't you get promo time all this time?
Yeah. But
why didn't you get promo time all this time?
Listen. Listen, they was cooking something else. Now they cooking something else.
All right.
the paella didn't it didn't need that ingredient.
Okay.
You feel me? But the pizza sure as hell does.
Yeah. And now they get it. And this is exactly what I've been talking about. Yeah. Juice and Jay are great talkers. So I'm glad they got a talking segment. And it worked out very well.
And look who they were talking against. Another pair of great talkers.
Mm-hmm.
Another trio of great talkers. Fuck that.
Yeah. Like, it's a bunch of great talkers all huddled up in this thing now. So, yeah. These guys cook.
Mm-hmm.
So now we got Mr. Tony Khan.
Yes.
Who has yet another major announcement. Announcement number 3.
Oh, shit. Next week, we're going to have an announcement and make an announcement. Then next week, we have an announcement and have an announcement. And we're going to have another announcement. Where's this announcement coming from? I don't know. Where's the announcement? I don't know. An announcement? Yeah, we got an announcement. Well, what's the announcement?
Shit, if you got another one, I don't know what it's going to be at this point. Because I've been able to guess what the first 3 are. But if you got another one, I don't know.
No, I didn't guess this one. I didn't guess this one because I thought they were going to save it.
Yeah. This one, I had an idea. Because it was like, well, yeah, it makes sense. But Tony says, we've announced the AEW Collision. We've announced the tour dates. We've announced the first date. And now I'm happy to announce that June 17th, AEW Saturday Collision will feature CM Punk. There is a loud reaction to this. Very loud reaction.
Yeah, but it's going both ways. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's good and bad.
And I mean, if you're AEW, then you only really care about the fact that it was loud because that means people care.
Yeah.
So, you can work with a crowd that might hate Punk as long as they care.
Yeah. See, the thing with me is the fans who are upset. Like, I just want to tell y'all this. Like, look, if you're upset, it's understandable. Shit happened. It was messy. Whatever. But if the Bucks, if Kenny, if all those guys can come back, then so can Punk.
Shit, rumor has it Ace Steel is already back.
Yeah, he's working remotely. So it's a strength. He's going to be working mostly on Collision too at that.
Yeah.
But he's going to be mostly working remotely because of the violent situation. But if that party can come back, then this party can also come back. Because at the end of the day, we weren't there to see what happened. And from what it sounds like and from what it had built from, all parties involved to me are guilty.
Yeah, they all have some level of blame to take in the situation going to where it went.
Mm-hmm. It's a case of what's good for the goose is then good for the gander. So you can't be too upset. You can't. It is what it is. If you don't like Punk, cool. You show that when you're there. If you like Punk, Cool. You feel me? Like, it is what it is. You know, and to be honest, we've been saying this. We hope that eventually, in this comeback, they turn him heel. You know, I understand the first few weeks or whatever and whatnot. You know, he's got to do the fanfare and whatever. But then, you know, you can't be blind to the situation too. And it'd be cool to have him as a heel afterwards because it'll feel to me even better than when the Elite came back. Because the Elite came back and they were basically baby faces. Yeah. You know? So for Punk to come back and kind of like become heel, to me would even feel even more real. You feel me? Like with the Elite coming back and then they turn babyface, it's like, man, come on now. But for Punk to come back and then be the even cooler guy and the tougher guy and the smarter guy, you know what I'm saying, as being a heel would kind of like work to me even better. Because then he would be admitting to his faults. People would be less upset. And then on top of that, it's in the story of what all that has, you know, gone on from back then. Because even back then we were saying it's almost time to turn him heel. Because it was turning that way.
That's what I was going to say. Even before everything happened at All Out, we were already saying it's about that time to turn him heel.
Yeah.
So given everything that happened after that point, it only makes even more sense to turn him heel. And like you even look at the return announcements. When they announced the Elite were coming back, everybody cheered. When they announced Punk was coming back, like half the building cheered. And then the other half booed. So clearly there is a market for a heel CM Punk.
And I do get why some people are a little upset about it too, because he did talk a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I feel like the Elite kind of like they came back and that's it. That's the end of the talking. While Punk was gone, he was talking so much shit.
Yeah, I think that's always been the thing with the people who are mad at Punk. Like, he was the one who went out and talked the shit at the presser and then talked the shit on social media and all that shit. Like, we know that the Elite made him mad, but we don't know exactly what they did to make him mad because that's been kept under wraps. But with Punk, he been talking. So...
Yep.
That I see how a lot of people are mad at him in that specific sense. But I mean, regardless, like you said.
But at the same time, can you be mad if a motherfucker spitting his facts and saying his truth?
Yeah, like that's like if he mad at some shit they did, I never took it as a personal thing because like I don't know what the fuck they did. So it's like if he mad at them for something, I can't take that away from him. Only they know what happened between them. I
mean, the only thing I can be mad at is the fact that his dog is now missing the damn tooth.
Yeah, that sucks.
Which frustrates me as a dog owner. Like, I will fucking shoot you. Yeah. Like, play with my dog, I will fucking hurt you, bro. My dog is my child.
So, I mean, like, you know, the brawl out thing, that has been, you know, it's been discussed and dissected and disseminated to its nth degree. Yeah. So for me, I think at this point, I'm ready to get past all that. All the parties
let's move
are back
the fuck
now.
on. Let's do wrestling. Yeah,
like now everybody's back. Let's do wrestling. Yeah. Let's make money. Let's tell great stories. Let's do all the good shit.
Yeah,
we're past that now.
And where the fuck is Eddie Kingston?
We're officially past that. He's hurt.
He's still.
Yeah, I think he got surgery recently.
I know he got surgery, but I feel like that was a while back. I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging.
It was like a couple weeks ago. It wasn't that long.
Oh, okay. I don't know why it feels like a lot longer than that.
Time. It's a weird thing these days. Yeah. But yeah, he coming back. So yeah, that the main thing I'm interested in is, you know, the seeing how everything goes there. How this
we over here. Oh, CM Punk is coming back. Where the fuck is Eddie Kingston?
Yeah. Eddie Kingston, bro, like, yo, fuck CM Punk.
Where the fuck's Serena Deeb at too?
Facts. But yeah, like I said, you know, I'm more worried now about Collision and what's going to happen with Collision and how they're going to do this roster stuff because I'm still not seeing guys like Joe or Hobbs on Dynamite because niggas can't get along. I'm not with that.
Like I said, from what I heard, there will be certain people who would just be kept away from each other. Yeah, so it's not that you won't see this person on this show, and it'll be more of a you won't see this person on this show if this person is on, and then vice versa. So if you go to the other show, you know, and to be honest, if I have the Elite and I got Kenny and all those guys, I won't be mad that I don't have CM Punk that night you know, and then on Collision, then we have CM Punk, and I'm like, yeah, CM Punk, you know. So
yeah, like
then
so
you get one or the other, you know.
Yeah, I don't mind that. So, and I do think is what's going to happen because that seems to be what makes the most sense. But we'll see. Now we got a triple threat: Trent Baretta versus Swerve Strickland versus Big Bill.
Can I talk about how much of a sleeper this match is?
Yo, I knew this was going to be good for Rip. I was like, oh, we got Trent, Swerve, and Big Bill. I fucked with this.
I slept. I completely slept. I'm like, this is an odd pairing of people. You feel me? Big Bill, Trent Baretta, Swerve. What do any of these motherfuckers got in common?
Well, they laid it out with the, you know, they were all in the Battle Royal. They were finalists in the Battle Royal.
Yeah, but I know regardless, it's still like, why? You know?
Yeah.
But still, it went on, and it was a sleeper to me because I actually fairly enjoyed this match. I thought it was pretty decent, and I'm like, wait a minute. Do I like this combination of people? I'm all right with this, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's like I've been saying, I gotta get on the Big Bill train. He has been cooking in AEW since he's been here. He has been good.
Yeah, personally, you know, I don't know him like that, so you know, I'm not gonna say too much.
I don't know him like that. He's been mainly on Rampage, that's why.
But you know, I watch Rampage too. But you know, it's just like I don't know the man like that. So, but you know, I've heard some things. So he, you know, you know what I'm saying? But you know, when it comes to his wrestling ability and way, you know, going out there to entertain us, he's pretty good, man.
Yeah. So Swerve, he immediately ducks out of the ring while Bill and Trent go, and he sneaks in when he can, but Bill catches him lacking, sends Swerve outside, sends Trent to heaven and then to hell again, and we go to break. We come back with Swerve and Trent fighting on the apron. Trent goes half and half, but Bill runs over for a boot. Trent pulls Swerve straight into the boot. So play on the spot Sunday where Bill was going for the boot on Orange and Trent got in the way. Yeah. This time, Trent pulls Swerve into it. I'm not sacrificing this time. I'm sacrificing you.
I'm sacrificing you.
Trent, he hits the moonsault on Bill on the outside. Swerve cuts him off. Bill comes back and Swerve gets up top. He goes for a choke slam. But Swerve and Trent decide to work together to take the big man down. And they superplex him off the top rope into the ring. Trent gets a half-half on Swerve. But Bill drops him with the boss man slam for a 2 count. Then Swerve goes up for the Swerve stomp, but Trent dodges, hits the pile driver for a near fall after Bill breaks it up. Then he goes to the apron, and this man Swerve just caught him lacking. Swerve stomped him on the apron.
Yep.
Big Bill is gone. And then he crucifix covers Trent for the 1, 2, and 3. Swerve gets the dub.
In the beginning of this match, I was a little scared because I was like, I see that they took out Swerve. Swerve was outside for a hot minute. And then I was like, oh, fuck, it's going to be one of these, ain't it? But immediately, once fucking Big Bill took out Trent, his sights were on the outside, you know what I'm saying? He gives one last hit to Trent, and he goes right after Swerve. Like, oh, you thought you was safe out here?
Yeah.
And Swerve's like, oh, shit. That was kind of funny.
They played with the formula.
Like, oh, tired of this shit. Like, oh, no, fuck, no. Yeah, they did a little bit of both. They did one of those, because, you know, I hate when it's a triple threat match and all they do is one guy goes outside and rests. You know what I'm saying? I hate that shit. But when they actually, you know, do it well like this, where they give you a minute where you're like, oh, fuck, are they going to do that? No. And then they switch it up there, you know, which is pretty good. Although my favorite kind is when they just don't do it at all and everybody's just fighting and beating the shit out of each other. Yeah,
give me an all-action triple threat any day of the week.
Yep.
But yeah, Swerve is locked in right now, and you know it looks like they're setting up for him to take that international title, which I'm ready for.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be the next guy. It makes sense, and maybe hopefully then we can finally get the fucking match we wanted with Keith Lee and Swerve.
Yeah,
because for fuck's sake, I mean, end the fucking feud already. It's not over. It's always gonna be this way until you fucking end it.
Yeah, you got to blow it off, man. You got to blow it off.
But I think you know what it is. They really holding it. They're really holding it. I feel like they cooking everything to Wembley, and then afterwards, it's when they're gonna heat up.
I feel like they got a lot. I feel like Tony. We talked about this before. I feel like Tony got a lot on his plate with all the shows he has coming up with, you know, Allin, Forbidden Door. Like, Double or Nothing's done, but that was one of the shows he had coming up too. Like, but he's got a lot coming up, so he has a lot of big matches to spread out along a bunch of different cards. So yeah, I can see if he's holding on to Keith Lee and Swerve for one of those, as opposed to just, you know, throwing it out on one of these earlier shows.
Yeah.
So yeah, I see what you mean. Now we got a quick video package for the new TBS champion, Kris Statlander. They have done a really good job in telling her story and her journey back to the ring and the championship. Like, she feels like a big star.
Have you seen all her social media and shit where all she's doing is posting people excited about her coming back?
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. I bet you $100 she feels great.
Yeah.
She's out here like, finally.
Even in the scrum, like, she talked about how, you know, and got emotional talked about how it was so hard dealing with these injuries, you know, and it was happening semi-constantly with Stat, where she would get hurt and have to come and fight back and get hurt and fight back. And you know, now to reach this point where she's back and she's in a top position, she's trusted with the ball, like that's really validating for a pro wrestler. So yeah, it's good stuff. But now we got Renee Paquette on stage with the Acclaimed. Boys come out. He says, you know, you guys asked for this time to talk following your match with the House of Black at Double or Nothing. You came up short. So then, you know, Billy says, you know, you're right. We wrestled these guys at Double or Nothing. We came up short. And I feel like it's on me because these guys are, you know, perhaps the best tag team in the world. But Max is like, no. We win as a team and we lose as a team. You know, we got me, the best wrestler alive. We got the 5-tool player. And then we got the legend. This man has been in the business for 30 years, given to these people. And then Bowens is like, that's right. And you know, what we really want is we want to get gold around our waist once again. And we want to get gold around the waist of this legend who has given everything to the business one more time. It was basically just the Acclaim like, yo, we're going to get Billy a belt.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I cringed a little bit when Max Caster said he was the greatest alive.
Yeah, that's his thing. He calls himself the best wrestler alive.
I don't know, man. Listen, I have nothing against him. You know, everyone should feel like they're the greatest wrestler alive. That's what you're in this sport for. If you don't believe that yourself, what the fuck you doing here? But at the same time, like, I don't know, hearing it come out of Max Caster's mouth was just like,
you're not that guy, pal.
I don't know about that. There's 4 other guys in this company that I'd be like, yeah, they way above you.
Yeah. But, you know, I guess it's like you say, you know, I don't knock anybody for it because, you know, you got to have that confidence. If not, what are you doing here?
This is how I feel. Danielson, Punk, Mox, Omega. Those are my guys right
there. Yeah.
And then Switchblade too, but then Switchblade ain't really doing nothing yet, so we gotta wait.
He's still cooking.
Yeah. But right now, you tell me who's your top 4 in this company right now. Danielson, Punk, Mox, Omega.
Yes. Danielson, Mox, Omega, and honestly, MJF. Because when he actually does wrestle, because Punk hasn't wrestled in like 8 months. So when he comes back, he'll jump back up.
Yeah. But again, I mean, he was just here. So. I mean, to me,
when he was here, he was cooking, no doubt.
Exactly. So you feel me? I'm like, and Mox. I mean, I can't discount what Mox has done for this company. Yeah,
Mox. Like I said before, when it comes to if you had to give me one guy who was like the guy that you call when AEW needs to give them the ball and get shit rolling, for me it's Mox. For me, it's always Mox. He has carried them through so much shit.
And that's why those are my picks. And, you know, Omega is self-explanatory. And Danielson is self-explanatory. Punk, like I said, when he gets cooking again, we gonna see. But when he was last here, he was cooking.
Yeah, like, listen, they did most of their best business when Punk was there and cooking. So he's definitely up there.
And you know, again, like we said with Mox, that motherfucker, you could put that company on his back. And then I guess a 5th would be MJF, like you said. But, you know, with MJF, it's more of a, you're a piece of shit, fuck you. You are really good at what you do, but you're a piece of shit. So it's like, It's like it's not a personal thing. You're doing your character right. I'm supposed to not be like, nah, fuck that nigga, you're not top 5.
Now we got Tony Schiavone in the ring. He introduces. He says, the bile rises in my throat when I have to say this man's name. But here he is, Don Callis and Konosuke Takeshita.
Let me tell you right quick. Random fun fact. Taurine, which is one of the big things inside of your energy drinks, was originally, extracted from bull bile or ox bile. So I don't know why I have this random fun fact, but yeah. But now they derive it from plants and shit. So
yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, drinking that Zoa or whatever, you're good. But yes, Don Callis and Takeshita come down, not to music, but to the sounds of San Diego's undying hatred. They came out to Tommaso Ciampa's theme.
That's what I was going to say. When I was watching this, I was like, yo, this is Tommaso Ciampa heat. They don't need no music. This is insanity.
Just boo, violent booing, hatred. And Don grabs the mic. He says, I hope those boos are for Kenny Omega. And they boo louder. I'm the real victim here.
No, you're not.
He says, everything Kenny achieved was because of me, but Kenny chose his friends.
No,
and
it
every
wasn't.
day I wake up and I look at these 23 stitches, and that's because of you, Omega.
No,
you
it
did
wasn't.
this.
No, he didn't.
He says, through all this, I may have lost a nephew, but I have gained a son.
No, you didn't.
Look at Takeshita. Crowd still booing. At one point, they're booing so loud, he looked at Tony like, what am I supposed to do? Well, he says...
He ain't used to that heat, boy.
Yeah, he says, this man, Takeshita, he is the greatest athlete I have ever seen. He is better than Ricky Dozan, better than Inoki, than Maeda, better than Muto. He's even better than Okada.
Nani?
Takeshi looked over like, hold up. Wow.
Yo, he was so confused, bro. He looked at this man like, what the fuck are you talking? He looked at Don Callis the way I looked at Max Caster when he said what he says. Same thing, like, oh nah, you wildin', bro.
And then he said, soon he will prove that he is better than Kenny Omega. And then Takeshita grabs the mic and then starts ranting Japanese.
I don't know Japanese, bro. It just sounded like a lot of spicy shit, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah!" Like you might not have been able to tell what he was saying, but the energy he gave off, you could tell. Oh, he's saying some shit to these people.
Yeah.
He wildin'.
Like usually he's smiling and he's very calm, and he says, his Japanese words, and you're like, yeah, babyface, yeah. And this one he was like, "Omaira," like,
I'm like, oh. Yeah, this man is a villain now.
I was like, oh shit. I didn't know he had it in him.
Yeah.
Oh God. You see him on TV, he's so calm and then he gets all angry and pissed off, and I'm like, yo, I don't know if in Japan that sounded hard, but in English that sounded hard.
And then he speaks English. He's like, we will destroy the elite and we will destroy Kenny Omega.
Yeah, and he even did the little Omega, like, like the announcers. That shit was badass.
I'm like, damn, this shit cold.
Yeah. I ain't understand a word fuck motherfucker said, but he sound mad, bro. He sound big mad, bro. Fuck, I ain't fucking with that dude.
Yeah.
You gonna tell me this a giant Japanese dude? I'm gonna get my ass whipped, bro.
Facts. Callis says, we promise we will cut the elite out of all elite wrestling. And they walk off. Just a chorus of boos from this crowd. This segment was money.
Hell, what blows my mind too is Takeshita's a big fucking dude, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all scared of the small fucking Japanese talking dude like, oh, he looked tough. This motherfucker.
And it's crazy.
Like, oh shit!
It's crazy what a fit and a change in demeanor will do. Because like he was always big. He always looked big. But like now with that heel demeanor he got.
Yeah, all dressed in all black with the gold hints. He looks heel, and he's aligned with Don Callis, who always looks like a fucking evil motherfucker. You fucking troglodytic morons.
Yo, if he ever dropped that shit on TV, we gonna go crazy. Oh, he called them troglodytes.
He needs to. It's the time and place.
Facts.
Everybody's a troglodytic moron now these days. You, me, he, we, they, them.
Yeah, all troglodytic morons.
All of us. Him, her.
Yeah, but the way this shit is cooking, Don Callis is about to take this boy to unseen heights.
Hell yeah.
The vision is clear.
This cooked, bro. And then they're like, so are you a part? Or are you a member? Are you not a member? I like that shit. Nigga said,
yeah, and they won't give like a concrete answer. I like that.
I gained a son.
What a nasty line. I gained a son.
This is all I have to say is, I get it. He's big. What was it? You Biggie and he's Puffy.
Oh, I get it. He's Biggie. You Biggie,
Puffy.
he's Puffy. Yeah. Now we got a short recap of Wardlow and Christian's match from Double or Nothing. Arn says, I'm getting all this hoopla for biting the big lizard's thumb, but, I watched what this man did to this big giant son of a bitch. What you think I was going to do?
He called him. Yeah. He's not. He's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
This man is an anomaly. He came from the earth.
Yeah, Paleozoic era.
He came out of the ground like the fucking like the dinosaurs and fucking Power Rangers and shit.
Now I gotta put the clip in again.
He did though. He came out of the red hole and everything.
Yeah, he emerged from hell.
Yeah, just like the damn Zords and shit. You saw the fire and the shit coming out of the ground when they came out.
But I do see Arn's point in that this big motherfucker was handling Wardlow. What you expect me to do against him? Yeah, I bit him.
Yeah, that's true. He said the Glock ain't work. I had to figure something out.
Yeah. And then Wardlow says, Luchasaurus, if you want revenge, you can always come find me. So you're basically laying out the challenge. Oh, you mad? Come see me then.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's a great progression. And might I say, this was a great decision to have Wardlow win. TJ.
I ain't gonna say all that.
Because now we get to see him feud against all these people.
Yeah, that's good.
And it continues. Good. And then we retcon what we've done with Wardlow.
True.
He feels like a champion, don't he?
Yeah. He feeling good right now. He feeling good. Let's keep it that way.
That's why I want to keep it. That's how. This was my plan. That was my plan.
Cause again, I swear to God, if we hit a fucking random ass Dynamite in July and Wardlow drops this title to who the fuck ever, I'm gonna be looking at Tony like,
I told you this song.
Christian was right there.
I told you the song that I'm gonna play the moment he do that shit.
Yeah.
Hot potato.
We got our eyes on this reign.
Yep.
Gates of Agony versus Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy.
Another fucking match that I was like, huh? And then, pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Shout out to Gates of Agony getting more and more time here on the show. Khan and Bishop, they go after the faces immediately. Darby fights off Khan and goes for Toa Leona in the ring, but immediately gets bounced with a shoulder block. Yo, Toa Leona was wilding.
Big fucking dude, bro.
Yeah. Like, Darby went for a coffin drop off the ropes. Toa Leona took him out with a pounce. And Darby just crumpled to the corner and died. I was like, yo, the commentators popped.
I'm telling you, that's what that man do. Like, people, like, both of these guys are, like, incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd be dumb to sleep on them, but I was dumb because I slept. But I'm gonna tell you why though. I slept just because of the fact that I was like, why? But once it got going, I was like, oh, that's why. This is pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
You got the small guys and the big guys, and the small guys are fucking doing their darndest.
Yeah. And the big guys are really good at being mean, imposing big guys.
Yep.
Swerve, Cage, and Prince Nana show up to watch NPC style. So Toa Leona, he comes back in, he runs around ringside, and he just barrels Orange Cassidy into the fucking side barricade into the commercial break. Then we come back. Darby's trying to fight back as he's just getting mobbed by these two giant men. Then they take him to the corner. He evades them both, gets the tag to Orange Cassidy. Orange comes in, puts his hands into his pockets because he got to tap into that reserve energy now. He knows he's against two very powerful men. He needs that extra strength.
Yes, he do.
So he takes out both gates of agony, but Toa Leona cuts him off with the Samoa drop. Double lariat gets a near fall as Darby breaks that up. They go double choke slam, but Orange gets a double run off of that, brings Darby back in. Then Orange and Darby fucking ping pong Toa Leona with back-to-back dives, which, shit, the way he was working in this match, that was necessary.
Yep.
Then they combo Khan into the Stun Dog Millionaire, then a Code Red. Then Darby hits the coffin drop for the 1, 2, and 3. I really liked this match. I thought the Gates of Agony looked great in defeat. Like Orange and Darby beat them, but they had to operate at like the highest efficiency to beat them.
Yo, they were giving me real Warlord and Barbarian vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Good shit.
Like these guys, like we've talked about it before with them, like when we watch Ring of Honor and stuff like that, because they're mainly on there. Yeah. But like obviously Khan, that dude has a tremendous look. Like he's got future star written all over him. But also Toa Leona, he's a big, mean, imposing dude. Like
I keep saying it. That's a big, mean boy, bro. My motherfucker gives me Bronson Reed vibes, gives me Miro vibes, like that kind of type of dude vibe.
It's not even just that he's big. It's just like he's believable in how mean and tough he comes off. Like, because you can be big and still not have that believability, but he has it in spades.
You gonna tell me he's Puerto Rican and Samoan?
That's like you always say, that's a deadly combination. That's a deadly combination.
It's a deadly combo, bro.
You don't want to fuck with that.
You half spicy and half savage. Like, goddamn, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot, bro. That's just an ass whooping you gonna get after that.
Yeah, man. Then Swerve in the game, they come down to the ring all menacing to put in some more pain. But the snow starts falling. And it stings! So he comes down, he's got the bat, he wards off the whole gang, stands with Darby and Orange. And good to see Sting. Always good to see
Just
Sting.
like this, just like
this. Just like that. That's where OG pull up like, all right, y'all stop that shit now. Get on out of here.
This over here, this over here, this over here, this over here. No, it's over here.
Get the fuck. And now we get a short recap of the Fatal 4-Way from Double or Nothing. We get MJF again gloating about winning. Gloating again about beating Darby with a headlock takeover. I can't believe that match is fantastic.
That shit felt disrespectful.
Yeah, of all things, that's the thing that still sticks with you. Like, he did it again. He beat Darby with a headlock takeover again.
He disrespecting like that.
For the longest time,
that shit feel wrong.
For the longest time, I've said Eddie Kingston's got to be the one to beat him for that title. But they making me want it to be Darby.
Yeah,
they are making me want it to be Darby. I'm not gonna lie.
Because I mean, when you watch this shit, Darby's just he can't just keep taking them L's, bro. He gonna have to kill this man.
That exactly. It's like, you can't keep doing Darby like this, bro. You can't keep doing Darby like this.
He's gonna have to kill him, and after he kills him, he's not gonna give him a headlock takeover, but he's gonna pin him like he did a headlock takeover.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna have to be. Because he's gonna be dead after he whoops his ass.
He's just gonna headlock take over his corpse. Yeah.
So like, you know what's gonna happen? When CM Punk finally beats him for the belt. and becomes the OG heel of the gang, that's when Darby's gonna fucking kill him.
Facts.
That's when he's gonna get him.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I love the dynamic between MJF and Darby being, I can beat you with a headlock takeover. That's so crazy to me. But yeah, again, he likes that line. I like it too, though. Nobody is on the level of the devil. It's a good line.
Except for the devil who made everybody believe he didn't exist. and here he is coming back.
Yeah. The devil that you got a lot of your shit from.
Yep. See, but then it goes back. I don't want to say this, but I feel like this shit was like partially worked. I really do feel that a lot of the bullshit we've been getting from CM Punk and a lot of this shit, I feel like it would validate it if he turned heel like ASAP. Because it's like,
what?
Man, y'all was cooking the whole time, weren't y'all? I don't trust this business, bro. I swear to God, I don't trust not a damn soul in this bitch.
We have been a fan of this shit for a long time. Mm-hmm. We have been lied to on insane levels. Wrestling fans have trust issues.
Yeah. Every time I'm telling you, he ends up getting injured, right? Oh,
I'm good.
He ends up getting injured, right? And I'm thinking like, okay, you gonna tell me he gets injured, and instead of them just, all right, he gonna be gone for another whatever months. You gonna do this situation where this all-in situation happened, and everybody blah blah blah, and the Elite comes back just like that, and they do the whole thing and they build it up and it keeps eyes on the company. And then the entire time CM Punk is online talking shit. He ain't got to do all that shit talking. He eventually stopped with WWE on the shit talking. Mm-hmm. So why did it just keep going? And then they drag Mox into it towards the end, which is something that didn't even need to happen. Yeah. And that's why I'm like...
I think that one might have been real though, because Mox was like, nah, don't fucking bring me in this shit. Mox was like, nah.
But at the same time, I'm like, yo, that's what they do though. I'd be hard pressed if this whole shit wasn't a work and they just worked every single person in the world right now.
Listen, man, crazier things have happened in this business, which in itself is crazy to say, but it's true. So I mean, obviously we know the fight wasn't a work, but like it you know. The way everything shook out,
or was
crazy.
It? Or was it? That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm at with wrestling at this point. Sometimes I'm like, or was it?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
Like you said, you weren't there. I wasn't there. We don't know. We don't even know if there was a fight. We don't even know if there was a fight.
Right? They could have just made noise in the fucking room.
Some shit?
Yeah, they could have just been making noise in the room while shit was going on, banging on walls. He just worked
everybody. Like it's that shit. Like. Everybody's gonna look at me like, oh, your tinfoil hat, and I'm over here like, bruh. But it makes sense though. Why does it make sense?
We're not saying that it is, but it's like, you know, again, there has been crazier things in wrestling that have turned out to be a work.
Yeah, crazier shit has happened that ended up being a work. Yeah, and then there's shit that's happened that is way less, and it was a shoot. So it's like. I don't know, man.
This is a crazy business. It's a business built on lying. So, you know, you always gotta wonder as an observer of this shit. Now we got Tony in the ring once again. They got, I guess, you know, they heard that we was talking about, they got Renee running around everywhere. So it was like, you know what, you're right. Let's have Tony run around too. Because Tony running around all over the place tonight.
He ain't have to go that far from the fucking stage to the ring, from the ring to the stage.
True, but he did it like 3 times.
Bruh, how many times you stand up at church?
30 times.
Sit, stand, sit, stand, sit, stand, sit, stand.
If you got one of them preachers, then you gonna.
And then you gotta stand and dance and fucking shit. And
I need everybody to stand up.
And you see motherfuckers running down the hall, the aisle and shit.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, Holy Ghost and shit.
Yeah, man.
And I'm over here like, God damn, I'm too fat for all this shit. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna stay my ass right here. And just, I've been to both types of church, so it's like I've been to like Baptist church and I've been to like regular Catholic church, and both of them it's a lot of get up, sit your ass down, get up, sit your ass down, get up, sit your ass down. You may be seated. Yes. It's the best. It's the best. Yo, that shit is music to your ears when you're at church.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, fuck.
Right. We're gonna read some scripture, all right. And then you get into reading the scripture, and then you get excited reading a certain passage. This is what the Lord was talking about. This passage right here. We got Tony in the ring, and he's interrupted by Hook. Yes. Hook comes down, and Tony's like, "Well, I'm glad you came down because you helped the Hardys defeat Ethan Page this past Sunday, and now I want to know what's next for Hook." And before Hook can say anything, he is interrupted by La Facción Ingobernable.
Yes, sir.
Jose's got the mic. He says, apologies for interrupting you, Hook, but there was no other way that we could get any TV time because we never get any opportunity like you do. Even Roosh, he has been deemed too dangerous for TV, so he's not here tonight, which made me laugh because people... if you haven't seen, there have been people complaining online about the Roosh Jungle Boy match. Yeah. It was like, oh, Roosh took liberties. And it was like, bro. They literally thanked each other on Twitter afterward.
Some of these, I'm not even... Stop speculating like that, bro. Get your facts first, then figure it out.
Or keep speculating like that, like dumbasses, because it gives Tony Khan ideas. Because they did it with Athena, and then Tony was like, "Oh, okay, this is Athena's gimmick now. She beats the shit out of everybody, it's been great."
Yeah. And now this man is the world's most dangerous man, a la Ken Shamrock.
Yeah. So if you want to make Bruce too dangerous for TV, I like that. Do that.
By the way, I have an answer for you for what you were saying yesterday. How is this man too hot for TV? Well. Fucking WWE has a whole fucking series called Too Hot for TV from shit that happened on TV.
That's true.
With Jerry Springer.
Yes. Rest in peace. So true enough. Jalistico and Vance, they get in the ring. Yes. They jump Hook, but then Jungle Boy runs down, fights them off, saves them, and JungleHOOK stands tall. My cat decided she want to play with the ball. JungleHOOK stands tall. Poor Jose eats a fucking Hookplex. I was going to call it a Tazplex, but is it a Tazplex or is it a Hookplex?
It's a Hookplex.
All right, it's a Hookplex.
Unless he named it a Tazplex after his papa.
Yeah.
But, he hasn't, from what I know, so a Hookplex.
Yeah. So he hit a Hookplex, and JungleHOOK stands tall at the end of this. So, shout out to the boys, JungleHOOK.
It's nice to see that after they didn't just kill off all the pillars after the situation happened. So far, damn near everybody except I think
I think Sammy's the only one. Yeah, didn't appear on this show.
Yeah, and for good reason.
Yeah, he announced on the pay-per-view that his wife's pregnant.
Yeah, so. It's kind of nice. Everybody. The losers of that match ended up doing shit anyways.
Yeah. It's good. Like, nobody really lost anything in losing that match.
Yep. We got JungleHOOK back, which is great. Progression there. Sammy's having a baby. Yay! Darby's out here having some fucking insane fucking tag matches with motherfuckers he shouldn't be having tag matches with, which is just fucking awesome. So, yeah, everybody comes out of this doing cool shit anyways. Even though MJF ain't doing shit now.
But I imagine they'll get back to MJF soon enough. He's the world champ, so.
Yep.
So, yeah, that has been one of Tony's weaker spots in some instances, follow-up after putting a guy in a big match. Yeah. So I feel like this is he's starting to improve with that.
My only beef is that I don't care what show it is. You feel me? I don't care if it's WWE, New Japan, whatever. The next day, after the whole situation is over, I'd have the next motherfucker lined up.
Yeah.
Immediately. Because it's like, you gonna tell me, world champion just had this match. Ain't nobody looking around like, yo, he just had that crazy ass match. I want that belt. You feel me? Like, I'm next in line. I'm in the rankings or whatever.
Yeah, like even if you look at it in terms of, you're like, all right, so we knew that, those three had to get the shot, but they're done now, so it's my turn.
Yeah. I would have had 10 motherfuckers lined up the same way they had 10 motherfuckers lined up last time.
Yeah. So, I do agree. Turn, I do like that idea of, and shit, when he won the title, that's what Regal told him. Like, now you're going to see what it's like to have everybody after you.
Yeah.
So, I would like to see more of that.
Like, one of my favorite things with, like, the Attitude Era was, like, there was always somebody lined up. Always. There was somebody even already lined up before the feud even ended. There was already somebody simmering, cooking that you saw on the side who was already pissed at Triple H.
Right, he did some fuck shit to him like 3 months ago. I want my get back now.
Exactly. So that it was always like that. And it was always like that. You feel me? And I remember it was saying, with Austin, it was insane. Because not only did you have motherfuckers after you because they wanted the belt, they had motherfuckers after you because Vince was like, get him.
I'm damn sick and tired of you, Austin.
Yeah, which is why I always love that feeling. And The Rock is the same thing. The Rock, man, if it wasn't fucking Triple H or Angle or Benoit or Jericho, it was somebody always, bro, ready to fight The Rock. Like, fuck it, Mankind, fucking, and with Austin, Undertaker, Kane, it was always somebody, bro, ready.
Like, I get MJF's thing is he doesn't want to, go on TV and face everybody down every week. He'll do it on his time. But even if that is his gimmick, you can still have everybody else like, yo, I'm trying to get at him.
Yeah, I want it. Yeah. So I don't care if he's not on TV today. I don't care if he didn't show up today. He better be here next week because I'm getting that title belt shot one way or another. I'm showing up to your house on some Randy Orton, Triple H shit. I'm showing up to your house on some Brian Pillman, Stone Cold shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing up. You feel me? Yeah. I'm going to be there like, oh, Wendy, fuck out of here. I want my belt.
Yeah. Now we got Toni Storm, new AEW Women's Champion with the Outcast, Ruby Soho, and Saraya. They're talking about, goddamn, I got distracted looking at the three of them, but damn them. Damn them and their attractiveness.
Fine, and finer.
Fine, and yeah, basically. Ed, and Eddie. Fine, and finer.
Yep.
So, they say, Toni Storm, I've been in this business since I was 13 years old. I carried people's bags. I worked my way to the top. That's what makes me the best. That's what makes me at the position I am now. And I look around this locker room and I don't see anybody that's good enough to do the same thing for me. So I'm going to grace these AEW fans with my presence. And I'm going to grace these people with my presence this Saturday at the House Rules show. Because they're doing a house show Saturday, which today. But
yeah.
We got the TBS Championship on the line. New champ Kris Statlander defending against Nyla Rose.
Wait. It's Dapper Yapper time.
Yes, the Dapper Yapper.
Every time I see Justin Roberts come out with his little... he always got a nice little fit going on. Like, pearly whites, big old smile.
Gotta be ready. Good to see Nyla back on Dynamite. I always like seeing Nyla on TV.
She's that bitch.
That's right.
Yo, it's the way I'm telling you, bro, that's one of the greatest things in the world. The way Nyla says bitch.
She owns that word.
Yep. She brought out fucking no charisma with her.
Marina Shafir, yeah. Did a fist bump, Marina left.
Yeah. Although, to be honest, she has charisma. It's just her character in AEW has been no charisma.
Yeah.
Because if you see her anywhere else, like if you see her in GCW or you see her in the Indies, she's got a shit ton of energy and she comes out and whoops everybody's ass. I don't know why here in AEW it's just like bland.
And I've said it before, I even like the idea of her and Nyla together. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like Nyla could bring that side out of her because Nyla's charismatic and fun. But I feel like they don't feature them enough.
Yeah.
And so they don't get her to feature them more.
They don't get her to do shit either. Like, all she does is come out and fucking, I have a match. Brr. That's it. Like,
like, let them do more.
Yeah. So like, if she was some big burly shorty, we ain't have to talk much or do much or say much. Just come out here and kill and bounce. That's different. But that's not the vibe she gives off either. She just comes out, has a match, and leaves. It's like, okay.
One of the things I think is good about them doing house shows now, doing them a little bit more frequently, is that they have the opportunity now to workshop more shit like that out. Like, go out and put Nyla and Marina on a house show match against, like, say, just for example, Britt and Jamie, and see how that works. And see how they're able to play with that and what you can get out of that character-wise. So we start this match. Nia takes the heat early on as Taya watches at an unnatural angle in the back. We come back. Nyla's working over the knee. But Stat springs up, but Nyla fires off a big lariat. So then Stat tries one, and she gets her in the corner. Then she lifts Nyla up for the Blue Thunder Bomb, which gets a near fall. Crowd pop big for that because she did it like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as we know, Nyla a big girl, so.
But Stat is a strong girl.
Yeah, Stat's a strong girl, so. That's
I mean, have you been seeing? You see the pictures of her on fucking IG just swole, ripping her t-shirts right here.
We said it when she came out on Sunday. We was like, she looking
she been working out, bro. She's swole. Yeah. Man, and then, what do you call it? Taya Valkyrie is another one that's swole as hell, and watching her, watch from backstage. It makes me think like,
Yo, low key, Tony, get Jordan, Grace, and get Camille, and just start the Muscle Mommy division.
Yeah, just literally just fucking Stat and Nyla,
Jade, Nyla, yeah, just muscle girls, just going at it.
Taya and fucking all those girls.
Just go for it. They say Vince like the big meaty men. Well, you like the big meaty women. How about it, Tony?
Yeah.
So yeah,
by the way,
just a suggestion.
How do you feel about this colorway with Nyla?
Oh, what she was wearing?
Yeah,
I didn't mind it. I liked it.
I felt like it was too babyface in attire.
Fair.
It looked very babyface, and I'm just like, nah.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I feel like it sounds weird, but like, when you have like very vibrant, bright, fun colors, like fun ass colors, like gold and purples and pinks, and that's the attire that she had on. Kind of gives you a face vibe, and then Kris Stat was out here in all black, so I was just kind of like, it feels weird.
And on initial glance, you would be confused about who's the face and heel. I see what you mean.
It was just
I don't know. I guess I didn't think about it because Stat came out and got that huge pop.
Yeah. Again, you know me, the aesthetics guy. I like the way things look.
Right.
I always pay attention to like what are they wearing? What are they looking like? What are they doing? What's because I feel like everything tells a story.
Yeah.
That's the whole package. It's the reason why I be on Action Andretti's fucking junior division outfits he be having sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, what do you... I mean, I get it. You gotta work your way up to get some bread and get you some nice gear, but man, I don't know. I ain't feeling this shit.
I think he should be at the point where you get some bread. You all elite, you working.
I mean, he has had a couple of cool attires here and there that he's been showing off recently.
Yeah.
So maybe it was that. Maybe he just needed But
checks came through.
Yeah, you feel me? I look back at his original fucking attire and I'm like, fucking Lionheart Chris Jericho over here. Yeah. Fucking Evan Bourne over here. Like, what are you?
Yeah. Shit. I mean, that'll make it pop out too. Like, because we'll always look back on that match that he beat Jericho in now. Like, yo, this dude was really out here looking like Creator Wrestler number 3, and look at how he evolved.
Speaking of, remember John Cena?
Shit.
With generic Trunks 2 from every fucking wrestling video game up to that point.
They literally called him the prototype.
They had to be a stiff ass robot. Remember?
That's why I never listen to people who be like, "Yo, yeah, Jim Cornette's the one that discovered John Cena. He had that nigga as the prototype." Yep. It was Vince and Stephanie McMahon that
it was not even Vince. It was Stephanie. It was
Stephanie that unlocked what made John Cena a draw.
Yeah, he was out here just spitting a free as you do when you board with your boys, especially in that era. That was like the when the Smack URL DVDs and all that was starting to get hyped. The What's Beef DVDs was coming out. Like that was beef. That like you remember that. It was all that stuff, like, you know, so it was like, yeah, at that point in time, that was like, yeah, that's what we're all into right now. 8 Mile had come out and all that. Get Rich was coming out, all that. You feel me?
You want to watch Beef on one of these come Tuesdays? Let me know in the comments.
Yo, I'd be with it, bro. But the thing is, I'm always working on Tuesday.
I know. We're going to have to do a Saturday or Sunday edition.
Come Saturday.
Yeah. You going back from the break, Nyla's working over the knees. She goes upstairs, does stat, but Nyla sweeps her and she falls. She goes for the cannonball senton, does Nyla, but Stat slips out of the ring, and Nyla heads out, hits the senton on the floor of the cannonball, then follows with one into the corner, then goes for a choke slam for a near fall.
Yeah.
Then Stat comes back, hits a jawbreaker, then follows up with the 450 for the 1, 2, and 3. Good return match for Stat. She's looking good. She's looking real jacked out there. It's good to see Nyla again. Let's see more of her, please.
Yeah, Nyla's one of those competitors that on the mic, in the ring, she got it. She got it. So, you know, I kind of miss her when she's not around, you know?
Yeah. I'm always happy to see her on TV because it's like, I feel like she's one of the many, honestly, women on the roster that could be used more. Yeah. But, you know, her and Emi Sakura in particular, like, always the two that are like, they should be on more because I feel like they're great.
You know something that I noticed, which kind of made me laugh a little bit?
What?
You can see why WWE stopped doing colored belts in this match.
Why?
Remember the inside of the TBS Championship? It was aqua when it debuted.
Yes.
It is fucking forest green now.
Yes. Yeah.
You take a look at it now, it's like, why is it forest green? That don't make no... Oh, yeah, it used to be aqua. Yeah, this is why WWE stopped doing that.
Yeah.
and look at the inside of the FTW Championship.
Yeah.
Why is it tan on the inside? It used to be orange. That's why WWE stopped doing all the colors, because the colors end up fucking up. And I, from what it seems like, they're slowly starting to do away with the colors again.
Yeah. But now, we cut the tire real quick in the back. Still angry, still at an unnatural angle. So it looks like she's going to feud with Stat.
Yeah.
Then Excalibur announces that insane Rampage card. I was watching Dynamite and I was like, every single match I was like, oh, word? Oh, word? Oh, word? Oh, word? When he got the Willow and Emmy, I was like, oh my God. Then he did the Shibata Lee Moriarty match. I was like, yo, nah, this Rampage is it.
Shibata? Oh.
We got Shibata? Nah, it's on. It's on.
Not for nothing though. We're recording this after we watched that, and that shit was great.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
That shit slap.
Yeah, man, that's what I need from Rampage. I need that every week. I need that. It looks like there's been enough talk. It's time for the main event. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And Adam Cole, BayBays versus Saraya and Chris Jericho.
What was that shit we did yesterday?
What?
Where everything was BayBays?
Oh, yeah. AEW, baby. MJF, baby.
BayBays. I forgot what it was. Everything was BayBays.
I think they like showed some video package, but like it started with Adam Cole.
Yeah. And then I don't know if it was you or me or what, but we just kept fucking.
We just kept baying everything. Baby. It's really fun to do.
Speaking of baby,
yes, it's the inventor of the BayBays versus I guess Adam Cole would be the forefather of the BayBays.
It's God versus Jesus.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
The creator of the BayBays, and I guess the see, I'm from the hood, so immediately my brain wanted to say the pusher of the BayBays.
Yeah, I'm was looking for a codifier. That's the word I was looking for. The creator and the codifier. Those are two different things.
You got the guy who made the drugs and the guy who pushed the drugs. The one who pushed it.
The one who cooked it and the one who pushed it.
My stupid ass, bro. Get me out of here.
But yeah, Cole and Jericho, they start the match. They're firing off at each other, but Jericho cuts them off. Thumb to the eye, classic heel style. Mm-hmm. Jericho tags in Saraya, so of course it's mixed tag rules. Men fight men, women fight women.
Yes.
So once Saraya comes in, Britt has to come in. And they also throw rapid hands at each other. Then Britt, big Orange Cassidy fan, Britt Baker, she hits the beach break. And she hits the ropes, and Jericho trips her with the ref's back turn. And then Cole immediately is like, "Don't you fucking touch her!" And the ref had to cut him off.
Of course.
and Saraya
we don't play those games.
We ain't playing that. We come back where Britt is outside, and then the Outcasts run down and jump her. Ruby and Tony come out.
Yeah.
But Hikaru Shida's like, She comes out with the kendo stick.
Yep.
Fends them off. Then Jericho, again, he's been talking trash to Britt all match. But she makes a tag over. Cole comes back in. Jericho cuts Cole off. It's the Lion Salt for a 2 count. Then Cole tags Britt, who goes up, but Saraya cuts her off. And Britt takes her down. But then Jericho tries to save her. And then Britt is like, all right, well, fuck it. You both die. And she splashes them both for a near fall. Cole comes back in, goes for the Panama Sunrise. But Jericho counters that into the walls, which I've said this many times. The walls of Jericho is the modern day torture rack. It's the modern day people's elbow. Jericho could be the most hated man in the building, but when he puts on the walls of Jericho, that crowd goes crazy.
Yep.
It's a standing ovation every time. The walls is so over as a move.
It's one of those moves that I remember, like, as a kid, the first time I saw the walls of Jericho, I was like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Like, that's such a dope move. Like, and I remember always showing, like one of the moves that, like, adults would always get hype about would be the walls of Jericho. Like, they would be like, yeah, I know this wrestling stuff is fake, but that right there looks fucking painful.
Yeah. I don't know how you fake that right there.
Yeah. Like, that shit looked like it hurt. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And if you ever lock the walls on any of your friends in real life, that shit hurts.
Yes. You actually do have to learn how to not make it hurt. Because if you just do it, it will hurt.
Yeah. I remember I wouldn't do the lines, the walls of Jericho, but I would always give you the fucking Boston Crab.
Yeah.
I always like me a nice Boston Crab. I don't know why.
That was our rest hold as kids.
Yeah.
The Boston Crab.
Yep.
Grab a hold. Okay, Boston Crab.
All right. I remember one time though, like, you try to get out of it and you like pushed a little too far, my fucking whole body just flew.
Oh, yeah.
And I hit that fucking gate that was in the back.
Yeah.
Across the street from, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, across the street from school.
We used to have a little fucking
every match was a cage match.
Yep. Damn. And I used to draw the little cardboard side. That was the entryway.
Yeah.
And I would bring the foam belts.
Yeah. We was out here, man. We was out here. Yeah, back to this match. Mm-hmm. Britt breaks up the walls and puts Jericho in the lockjaw. Got the glove on, put the lockjaw in and everything. Saraya breaks that up. So then Cole's in the corner. He starts tuning up the band. Yep. But Chris Jericho has wrestled Shawn Michaels many times.
Yep.
So he counters with the code breaker for a near fall. They double down off the double lariat, and then Saraya and Britt come back in. Saraya hits Good Night for a 2 count, and then Jericho comes in with Floyd, and he goes for Britt, but Britt ducks, and he eats a super kick from Cole, then a super kick from Cole and Britt.
That's a bitch move, Jericho.
Mm-hmm. And
that's why she called you Bitch Jericho.
That's exactly why she called you Bitch Jericho, and then she gave it to you too.
Yep.
And then Cole lowers the boom for the 1, 2, and 3. Adam Cole has owned Chris Jericho in this feud since the Outcast thing. He has smoked him.
And you know what's funny? I saw a lot of people saying, yo, wasn't the point of yesterday the fact that this shit is over now? And I'm like, and I write, Man, this is a Chris Jericho feud. This shit ain't over for another month and a half.
It's just, yeah. When has a Chris Jericho feud ever ended with fucking the first or even second match?
No, we need 3, and even after 3, if the match slaps and people are liking it, it's gonna keep going.
Yeah,
and I guess that's probably why it ended in such a fuck way.
But I do think that again, I've been saying, like, I do think they are setting up Cole for MJF to face him for that title. So that's why Jericho is putting him over so strong here.
Yes. Adam Cole wins the belt. Adam Cole faces Punk. Adam Cole loses to Punk. Punk turns heel during that match.
you are doing everything to get to CM Punk wins the title and turns heel. You're trying to fit every single thing. Yeah, you know that works. Because then CM Punk can win the title and then turn heel.
Yeah. Am I wrong for wanting that, though?
No, you're not wrong for wanting that.
Am I wrong?
I personally, I would rather not see Punk as champion again. But if he is going to be champion again, he'll champion is where it's at, for sure.
Because my thing is, I want him to end up fucking being a thorn in MJF's side, even though MJF is still a heel.
Yeah.
It'd just be fun to watch.
I like dynamics like that. Heels that are in opposition. We don't often get that type of thing in wrestling. But I like that dynamic.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm with that, if that comes along.
Yeah, there was times where I was watching fucking Triple H and Kurt Angle like, I hope Triple H whoops Kurt Angle's ass.
Yeah, like, you knew like both these guys were assholes.
Yeah.
But this one was so annoying that it's like, you know what? Yeah, whoop his ass. Yeah. Get him.
Yeah. Because it was like, I remember Kurt was just all over Stephanie and being gross, and then he made out with her, and I was like, bro, I hate Triple H to the nth degree, my nigga. Stone Cold done murdered this man a million times, and he just come back every time, and more annoying with more people and more guns and more ammo and more motherfuckers. Fuck this motherfucker. But Kurt Angle is such a piece of fucking salty shit. Oh my God. I hope they both die.
I love that trope of like the motherfucker that's so fucking annoying and evil. It's like even the other evil niggas are like, you know what? He gotta go. He gotta go.
And the thing too, the dynamic there too was like Triple H was the bad guy who was like the tough one, you know, like he was a motherfucker, you feel me? But you could tell that he didn't need all that fuckery, and that's why you hated him, because it's like, you don't need all this shit. You can fucking wrestle.
It was from the Ric Flair book. Like, he's such a great wrestler, but he chooses to cheat. Just because he wants to.
Fuck shit, yeah. Because he's a heel.
Yeah.
And then there's guys like Kurt Angle where it's like, oh, it was great. I love that whole little feud right there. Even though now as an adult, I would, and knowing what was going on behind the story, I would have went for Kurt.
Yeah. no behind the scenes, you be on Kurt's side, because Triple H, you deserve that to happen to you too. But,
because Triple H was talking shit. They wanted to do this whole love interest thing with Kurt Angle, but he was like,
Triple H killed it.
Fucking dork.
Yeah, Triple H was like, he's too small, and I think it was Jerry Briscoe that was like...
He said Stephanie would never, ever go for him. He was too small. Every excuse in the book.
And then I think it was Jerry Briscoe that was like, so try to wrestle him.
So try to wrestle him.
See if you can take him.
And then they shut the fuck up.
Because Olympic gold medalist is a real thing.
Yep. He will fuck your ass up.
Yeah,
you don't believe that an actual wrestler will beat up anybody when it comes to like niggas who don't know how to wrestle like that? Check out my homie Dax Harwood.
Bro, try to swing, you getting double leg before you even think about it. It's over for you.
Yep.
You can't fuck with them wrestlers.
Yep. Just remember what happened to that guy who tried to attack Bret Hart. Molly-whopped. Well, your cat is trying to tell us something.
Yeah.
Y'all been talking long enough. Wrap that shit up, B.
Alright, you got it. So yeah, that's Dynamite. I do want to say one more thing though about Britt Baker. Good singles wrestler for sure. Obviously had many of the most important women's matches in AEW, but I think she's a great tag wrestler, man. Like, I don't think the women's division is ready for tag titles yet.
No.
Yeah, no. They're not ready yet. They're not ready.
Yeah.
They're not ready.
Yeah.
But I hope that TK can get it to that point because I think Britt would be great in a tag division.
You know what sucks about WWE? They have the depth, but there's they don't know how to work it. You feel me? Because they do have the depth. Ronda was saying that they don't have the depth at all. And I see why she said that, because they don't have the plethora of female tag teams. But they technically do have the depth if you use the belts properly the way they were used originally, and you use it on every single show.
Yeah.
Versus that's what I'm saying. Get rid of the NXT women's tag belts and use the fucking WWE women's tag belts as the all-around, all-encompassing tag belts.
Yeah.
Same way I feel like we should have one tag belts for the men, because they obviously don't know how to book tag teams.
Yeah. We said that back when we were watching NXT. Like, there's no reason for these titles to exist because you don't have a big enough tag division in the women to do it. Yep. And we've been proven right. So, yeah.
Same way that I feel like they don't have a depth when it comes to a tag team division on the main roster at all. So it's like beating men's and women. Like, they really need to get. Let me not talk about that. They frustrate me because it's like their problems are fixable.
Yeah.
It's one thing when your problems is like there's no way, but they're fixable and they're easily fixable, and it bothers me.
I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, this was Dynamite. I enjoyed the shit out of this Dynamite. Great Dynamite.
Yeah, this was a surprisingly good Dynamite after. Like, usually you get like all the leftovers and all the people who didn't really get to do shit, and you know that's usually what you get on a Dynamite after. But this Dynamite after the premium live event was pretty good.
Yeah, strong opener, solid variety across the card. You got intriguing matchups being built going forward. This is that AEW that the streets was asking.
Do we call it a PLE for this?
Nah, it's pay-per-view because it's on
pay-per-view.
pay-per-view.
Okay,
They're on pay-per-view.
we call it. All right, so pay-per-view. All right. I felt weird saying that, but I didn't want to say pay-per-view and then be hella wrong.
I still call the WWE shows pay-per-views, even though I know they're not anymore. But you know,
yeah, they're PLEs.
They're please.
Premium live events.
You know, good Dynamite, very very good Dynamite.
Yes.
Excited for what's to come in the coming weeks and months.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yo, I heard WTF Wrestling came back on MNN.
I was gonna say, hard WTF?
Yes.
What the fuck?
I even jokingly commented, "Yo, is Big Time Jason gonna be there?" And it was Thursday night at midnight, but I was too busy, you know, recording. You know. Oh no! What was I doing for Thursday? No, because we didn't record Thursday. I forgot what I was doing Thursday, but fucking it wasn't watching. I fucked up. I forgot about it and then I remembered it.
Damn, that's crazy. That's a throwback, WTF. Yeah. Shout out to them.
Yeah. You know who was promoting it?
Who?
That Ace McBradley guy that we got.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know if that's his real name or just his IG name, but yeah.
Yeah. He did the SmackDown, the one SmackDown episode.
Yeah.
Come back, Ace. Do another one with her.
There you go. I told you I would have done it. She just got to record on days I record.
I say that. It should make it seem like I don't want to do podcasts with Katie. I love Katie. She's great.
Yeah,
it's SmackDown I don't want to watch.
Well, it's time to let these people know where to find us.
Of course, yeah. You already know where to find us. Find us on Instagram at Ramblemania Show and at Banter Club Podcast. Find us on Twitter at Ramblemania, Facebook.com/Ramblemania Show. Also find our group there, Ramblemania Show's Banter Club. We any of the wrestlers, podcasters, everybody we associate with, post all our goings on and all that's going down. As far as audio goes, wherever audio is found, that's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Anchor, TuneIn, Overcast. Everywhere your podcasts are found, search Ramblemania Show or Banter Club. As far as visuals, twitch.tv/Ramblemania Show. On Spotify video, you're on YouTube, search Ramblemania Show or Banter Club. When you get here, like the videos, click subscribe, click the bell, so that when the new content drops, it goes straight to you. That's for me personally. Find me on Instagram at TJ the Great One. That's TJ the GR, the number 8, the number 1. Find me on Twitter at TJ the Great. That's TJ the GR, the number 8. It's as simple as that.
TJ the Great.
Damn right.
TJ the Great. You can find me on Instagram at the number 6, the letter X, the letter L. That is at 6XL. You can find me on Twitter at SIIXX. Ain't I great? That is at SIIXX. You're already. You can find us on TikTok where we post funny little clips of all the things that we record here for all of year. All of this being said, we're going to leave our Banter Club loyalists, our BC aliens, and our Ramble Maniacs with a little something we like to call a too sweet.
And a good fight. And a good night.
Night.